Good morning, YouTube. Right, you join me on a Friday.
After 500
I know.
feet, turn left.
This is a second video I recorded in a week. Won't be edited till next week, but that's not the point. It's 2 videos in a week recorded. So,
100 feet, turn left.
shut up, Sanav. Today is a different day. Well, obviously, because it's a different day of the week. But it's a different day for what my load is and what I am doing.
After 700 feet, turn
Shut up, Sat-Nav. Right. Today, I am doing doors. Doesn't sound very... Yeah. Yeah, we're doing like special doors that are made to order and all this kind of stuff. And they have like special security features and blah, blah. Anyway, that's not the point. It's where I'm delivering it to. Yeah, I'm delivering it to the Hilton Silverstone circuit. So I'm driving to Silverstone today. Yeah, that wasn't expected this morning. And then after that, I then got to drive to the NEC in Birmingham, or Solihull. I keep being a snob like that because I grew up around Solihull, but anyway. I've got to go to the NEC because there's a dismantle going on, or a show out going on, and I'm transporting one of the display stands. So I've got my paperwork. I'm not over the speed limit, shut up. I've got my paperwork that will allow me into the NEC grounds to go and unload the pallets to have the display stand put on to then load the pallets again. And then after that, I've got to then go back to the yard to take off the display stand and then take this truck to the garage because there's another problem. Yay. Yeah. There's a intermittent indicator fault, which sounds weird to say because indicators are intermittent, but you know, intermittently in certain situations the right-hand indicator on the rear stops working. Don't know why. Doesn't happen all the time, hence intermittent, hard to rectify. And the socket that we put the wonder leads in for the tail lift has a fault, so I can put the tail down, but I can't lift it back up again. Now the external control board will allow me to lift the tail, that's not a problem, so therefore it's a problem with the socket, and considering it's a tail load to get out the NEC, I may be having to find a forklift driver who I can offer favours to. That sounds really wrong to say. So, yeah, it's a nice day. I've got 2, hopefully, fun runs, nice runs, whatever you want to call them. Hopefully I've set that camera high enough so you don't get the fucking dirty sticker that's on the screen that I can't get rid of, and I've tried to get rid of all I can, but it's still not coming off. And it's sunshine. I've got the AC on because I am so warm. My God, is it warm, and I'm regretting that my fleece has my high vis on it. I'm gonna have to separate the two later, most likely when I'm doing some loading or unloading. So, anyway, onward to Silverstone! Or Silverstone. Right, a little bit later on, just making my way down the M1, down to Silverstone. And yeah, the sunshine's gone away. Bit crap. I don't know if this made any difference, but something I did notice in the footage, the last one. Sometimes the inside of the cab got very dark. So what I've just done is I've just turned all the interior lights on while I record this bit, just to see if it makes any difference. Probably won't, but you never know. But decided, I was just having to think, I'm going to continue my story times with Phil. Yeah, still don't know why I'm doing that with the hand, but anyway. So last time I was saying about when I worked in pubs and incidents that I had to deal with. Now I think I'm start time to tell you about some of the nightclub incidents. I'm not going to tell about all of them this time because this thing I might spread across. Yeah. So I worked in a nightclub, and the hello please. I worked in a well-known nightclub. It wasn't targeted at the full-on idiots. It was more targeted at the people who just want to have a good time. It was kind of retro, but it wasn't like flares or anything like that, the place I worked at. Anyway, my first night there, well, on my first or second weekend there, in fact, I was working away, just doing a walk around the floor, and I saw a punch-up starting on the main dance floor in one of the rooms. Now, at the time, I hadn't got a radio earpiece because they just hadn't got around to sorting me one at that moment in time. So I ran to the top of the stairs, because it was an upstairs nightclub, and just shouted to one of the doormen, fight room 1 dance floor. So he's put a call out on the radio. Door staff have come running. I've gone back into room 1. I can't see nothing. Just see people dancing. I'm like, what the hell? Am I going mad? And like the doorman there going, did you see who it was? I went, no. I said, I just heard commotion and I saw elbows going, kind of thing. So they're there trying to figure out, looking for any signs of someone with a blooded nose or anything. Next thing you know, this one doorman, Jim was a legend. He was 5'8", 5'9" area, ex-bare knuckle boxer. And I always nicknamed him Scrappy Doo. Because, you know, if there was a fight kicking off, this little guy would come up, he was getting on in age. And he would always grab the biggest mofo that there is there in the fight and wrangle them down to the floor. It was just, yeah, anyway. So we're there looking for any signs of this fight that I witnessed happening. Next thing we know, Jim has run, jumped onto one of the podiums and used it as like a springboard, and then went flying across the sky, like the room, and took 2 guys down at the same time by their throat. And we're like, that's where the fight is. Yeah, he just literally ran, jumped, and went, hurrah! Took these 2 guys down, gets himself up. Meanwhile, we're all kind of like getting in to like try and figure out exactly what Jim was doing. Jim picks up the 2 lads that he just took. Picks up the 2 lads he just took down. Looks at them. One's about the same height as him. The other one is probably about 6'2", 6'3". Jim's there, like, come here, you. Bangs him against the wall to get him out. There was a bit of a scuffle. We got everyone out, kind of thing. God knows what actually the fight was about. And most of the time, you never found out what the fight was about. You just put it down to drunk people. But yeah, was not expecting to see a doorman swan diving off a podium to take out 2 guys having a punch up. But that was one of the first things. Then another incident we had there, which was not a fight, was I got a call on the radio. Hi. I'm suddenly yawning again. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I got a radio call to go to the ladies' toilets, room 1. Which normally meant that if I got that call, it normally meant that there was a water issue or something like that. Because I did a lot of the maintenance during the day, and the evening was emergency maintenance. You know, I got the radio calls to shut water supplies off if need be, blah blah. Got into room 1, went up towards the ladies' toilet, saw a member of door staff there, and they're like, "Yeah, someone's stuck in the toilet cubicle." I like, "Excuse me." And apparently, the lady had gone in. She'd put the little bolt across on the door, and the little bolt would not open, no matter what she tried to do. I think she was maybe a bit tipsy. But anyway, no matter what she did do, she could not get it open. So doorman just like, "What shall we do?" I was like, "Right, F this." Walked in, kind of had a look at, to figure out, because each door had been repaired so many times in so many different ways. The bolts were in slightly different places in each one. Looked at the door, went, "Oh, okay, fine." Shouted to the lady to get back from the door. I told her to even like stand on the toilet if need be, and just hoofed it. Literally full on booted the door. The door went flying open. The little bit that the bolt goes into, like, ripped the screw out, bent that straight, to find that the lady was in there with a gentleman. Yeah, I got a feeling as well they may have damaged the lock as well when they were a bit amorous, or you know, she may have had something on her hands. You never know. So yeah, they were a bit embarrassed, but that's the kind of stuff that you dealt with. You know, you'd have to get calls about, like, there's a disturbance in one of the toilets. You go in and find that there's a hole in the wall because someone got drunk. Someone got drunk, lost their footing a little bit, and like got pissed off because they'd stumbled a bit, headbutt the wall, or barged into the wall, went, "Oh, wall," and then would kick it and put a hole in the wall. Yeah. But the nightclub, I mean, the hours we worked were a bit crazy at times. Only at weekends were they crazy. During the week, they were really ridiculously easy hours. But the hours we worked were crazy, but there was times it was a good laugh. But yeah, it was fun at times. It was also destroying at times, physically destroying. Mainly from doing deliveries, and all the maintenance on the site. You know, there was times when we were like having to repaint the place, and we was having to try and do that like first thing on a Tuesday around the cleaners who were cleaning, so they had a chance to dry before Thursday and so on and so forth. And yeah, but like, it was madness at times. The amount of times we had to deal with a radio call of for first aid, you know, maybe ambulance required because some allegedly intoxicated lady had fallen over going down the stairs. Of course, it was totally our fault. Nothing to do with the fact that she'd have, like, you know, 5-6 inch heels and she was tankered up. No, it was our fault that, you know, she obviously tripped on the carpet on the stairs, even the stairs that didn't have carpet, and then they were trying to sue us. And we almost got used to having preset things ready to go for the no win no fee lawyers to send to them. You know, get a message or the letter through, your you've been investigated, blah, 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 for this injury. Oh, okay, which step was it? Oh, this one, yeah, well, one of the things we actually got in the habit of doing, and a lot of people didn't know we got in the habit of doing it, but it was great for doing this, whilst, like, the lady, or man, maybe even, was in first aid, we would discreetly take a photo of their footwear. Mainly ladies, obviously you can imagine. We would discreetly take a photo of their footwear. And the amount of times, like, we'd have this paperwork come through and, oh no, I did not have my shoes on. I was walking down in my pumps that I apparently had with me, and, you know, I slipped on their dangerous stairs. And then we would just send the photo to the lawyers going, well, okay, if she was wearing pumps, then why is she wearing these 6-inch heels in this photo while we're doing first aid? So that used to be a regular occurrence and annoyance. And then, yeah, various, like, amount of times you'd be having to patch people up because, you know, someone got too drunk and slipped and fallen over and, you know, cut themselves on a bit of broken plastic cup or something. He got very good at patching people up in a hurry. But the worst, well, one of the worst incidents we had, and it'll always stick in my mind. We were open on a Thursday, which was our 60s night, so it was all 60s music. Yeah. So people were chilled out. It was a good night. Anyway, we had a radio call of an incident happening. This was we only had one room open on the 60s night. We had an instance of a radio call of an incident happening. Of an assault just off the dance floor. The main manager went up with the door staff because to reduce numbers of staff, basically on the Thursday, he would do the door himself, or like the till on the door, or I'll do it just to save on staffing costs because we were salaried. He went up and I continued controlling the door. And then I heard the radio message to me saying, shut the door, we're closing early. So I knew it was not good. I also got a radio message going, ambulance been requested, ambulance requested, keep an eye out, when they get here, bring them straight up. And then I could hear, because I was down the bottom of the stairs, I could hear this commotion. And it was the door staff restraining someone. Whilst another call came in going, another radio call came in going, if you see police outside, wave them in, otherwise we are phoning them. And that's definitely a sign something bad's happening. So I've poked my head out the door and saw a couple of officers, waved them down, and I went, there's an incident ongoing, ambulance called, required police assistance, door staff restraining the person. I don't know exactly what's going on. It's going on upstairs. So police came up to find out what was going on, and immediately arrested someone. Bear in mind, I'm still downstairs, not knowing what's really going on. The ambulance has arrived, I sent them upstairs. It turned out that we don't know I don't fully remember what actually hit him with, but this lad had hit this guy who we all sort of knew. I sort of knew, the others who worked there knew him because the parent company owned a pub round the corner, or used to, and he used to be the manager there, so they all knew him. He was on the floor with a severe head injury, losing blood. It was not a pleasant scene. I believe to this day he's okay. I think he may have some side effects, but like I don't know for definite. He might have had some side effects, but I don't know for definite because this is going back years now. And I came up after we got the last people out and ambulance took him away and everything, and saw the side of the floor. Yeah, that's something that'll stick with me, that sight. It was not a pleasant sight. Now, me and the main manager, we cleared up the worst of it as best we could, basically, just while we got stuff sorted out. And obviously staff cleared up the bar and stuff like that. But yeah, that was just not pleasant. And it just shows like how quickly things can change, because we were having a cracking night. There wasn't a lot of people in, but there was enough to have a good, fun atmosphere. And then it turned in a dime like that. So yeah, if you get a chance to work in nightclubs, do, prepare for a lot of hard work and unsociable hours. But sorry, I just had a dead bug on my windscreen. But there is lots of camaraderie between the staff and between venues. Like, people may go, oh, this is a rival nightclub to this one. It's incredibly rare you actually have that rivalry behind the doors. And like the amount of times, you'd be running out of £5 notes, so you'd be going to the nearby bars and clubs and going, look, you'd be doing it discreet, but I've got a 500 quid in 20s and 10s. Have you got any 5 notes? And they'll be like, oh yeah, let's go and have a look around. And you'd be walking around the club and they'll be like emptying out until the 5 notes as best they can to help you out. It's what you did. And that's the kind of stuff that happened behind the scenes, But yeah, nightclubs, especially when you get higher up in the levels, can be fun. And that is my next round of story time with Phil. That hand's broken. I don't know why I keep doing that. There is more to come, but I'm realising I'm waffling on yet again, and this one's going to be going for some time. But I'm about half hour out from Silverstone, just passing Watford Gap Services, as you can possibly see on the front camera, unless my mug is in the way. So I will go back to the old time lapse. Sorry, I had a bit of trapped gas then. It was a bit, ugh. I'm going to go back to the old time lapse. I'm going to go back also to listening to podcast. Today I'm listening to Just Another Trucking Podcast. If you haven't heard of it, and if I can find it, here's the advert for it.
Do you get bored on long journeys, or are you just generally a boring person? Well, say goodbye to boredom with Tom and Chris's new podcast. Just Another Trucking Podcast by Chris and Tom is scientifically proven to reduce driver boredom by 28.2%. Just search Just Another Trucking Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Side effects may include uncontrolled laughter, nausea, and erectile dysfunction.
That was a good advert for it, and that was Sam Kay in the advert, who also watch. Do check him out. And yeah, I will catch you in a bit when we're a bit closer to Silverstone. I'm not allowed to go around the track. I promised my boss I won't. That was a weird accident. About 15 minutes away from my sporting mecca. Yeah, Silverstone is special to me. I'm a major F1 fan. That was obviously a motorbike fan. Yeah, I'm a major F1 fan. In fact, this weekend there's a race at a brand new track in Miami. So I just noticed something sticking out of the upper locker and I just needed to move it. And I just had bits of paper come flying down on me. Anywho. So yeah, you may have seen that there's some idiots in that drive just then. A couple of times where I could have done with being able to move out from a truck that was stuck behind, but there's people just stuck doing 55, 56 on my rear quarter, even though they're in a car and we're on a motorway where they're meant to do 70. So I kept having to drop my speed to be able to stop me ramming the truck in front of me. Which is frustrating when that happens. Oh boy, is it frustrating when that happens. But yeah. You morons. No. It's a couple of times I've done that now. Gone to put my engine brake on and for some reason put on the indicator, windscreen wipers. Probably because yesterday I was in a Merc. I was in a Merc Actros rigid. Actually alright. Apart from the gearbox was a bit loosey-goosey. I mean, it was an auto, but the gearbox wasn't the greatest. It was a bit dumb. You know, you'd go to pull away at a junction when you saw a gap, and from a moment it would sit there going, you want to do something? I'm sure I'm meant to be doing something. Oh no, on my gearbox. Have fifth gear instead of fourth or third to try and pull away on an 8-speed. Because, yeah, that makes sense. Thanks, gearbox. But anyway, the wipers for that were over on the indicator stalk, and so you literally had gearbox and engine brake on the right, and so it's just taken a bit of getting used to being back in the Volvo, where you have engine brake, wipers, and then indicators and lights are on a switch down there.
Prepare to enter the roundabout after half a mile.
I will prepare to enter the roundabout. Also, just had the fun of my sat-nav just fell off the screen for a bit, which was lovely of it to do that. Alright, just bring the speed down.
Enter the roundabout.
It's a bit of a shame, actually. I didn't. Yesterday, I didn't record because I just forgot to bring the cameras with me. It's a shame because some of the views. Oh my God! I was driving into Wales, just like an hour or two north of Cardiff, kind of thing. And some of those views, damn, oh my God! I mean, some of you may have seen the short that I did about where I stopped to take my break. That was possibly one of the most stunning spots that I've used to have a break. It was just so pretty. That's part of the trucking life. All these people up there going, "Oh, you're just dirty trucker. You should work in an office. You know, you get paid more and blah blah blah." I worked in an office. I didn't like the office. I am getting paid right now to drive this truck. I don't have to pay for the fuel myself, which is nice. I am now driving in the sunshine with not the greatest view at the moment of Towcester,
Take the second exit.
but I am about to drive into Silverstone, and I'm getting paid to drive into Silverstone. You know,
You are over the speed limit.
I'm not over the speed limit, shut up. I'm getting paid right now to drive to Silverstone. I'm getting paid later to drive to the NEC, which isn't the greatest thing at the time, admittedly. Depending on what time I leave there, it could depend on what time I actually get home tonight. But, you know, I got paid to drive through some very picturesque, beautiful scenery in Wales yesterday. Yes, cars treat you like crap. Yes, the pay's not great. Yes, oh yes, service stations are revolting. But I am much happier than what I was working behind a desk. Much happier. So if you work behind a desk and you're not happy, and you're watching this video, get your bloody license and quit your job. It's obvious you've got an interest in possibly truck driving, because why else would you be watching this video? Get your license. You will not regret it. Anyway, there's me bigging up the industry. I am now 7 minutes away from the old Silverstone, and I've just seen they've stopped the traffic on the side of the road. I didn't notice there was no traffic for a while. I'm guessing they've just been patching a pothole or clearing some roadkill. Hopefully the unload takes a bit of time, so I don't get caught up in that on the way back. Wait and see. No, last time, I'm trying to think, the last time I was at Silverstone would have been Christmas. Came down for the lap of lights where I got to drive on the track. Yeah, second year that I've done that. It's an experience. Like, even in a road car, driving slowly, there's bits of that track that are bumpy. You don't realise it. But otherwise, the rest of it is billiard table smooth, or snooker table smooth. It's so nice. Yeah, I'm rabbiting on now. Let's see. I just thought, is there any particular information that I need to get in?
Prepare to keep left after half a mile.
I will prepare to keep left. Thank you very much. Is there any particular information I need to get in? Not that I can see.
After 1,000 feet, keep left.
Okay.
After 300 feet, keep left.
I think I just need to go through the main gate.
After 600 feet, keep left.
Oh, shut up, truck. I can't wait for the electrician to have a look at this truck, because there is some severely niggling issues. I wonder how the Aston Martin factory is getting on. The Aston Martin F1 team. They're rebuilding their factories over there, and I can see the grandstands. Ooh, their factory rebuild is happening. Interesting. Anywho, stop getting distracted. You're driving truck, Phil. Right, let's find the correct entrance for what I need. Museum parking.
Turn left at the roundabout, taking the first exit.
Aston Martin, portion experience. Do I just go down the main entrance? Drive Silverstone, let's go. There was a sign then saying to go this way.
Take the first exit.
Oh yeah, because that's the Hilton at the building.
Calculating route.
Yeah, shut up, Satnav. I know where Silverstone is. It's there. I can see it. It's just figuring out where this entrance is that I need for the building site. I can see a digger. And I can see a supply yard. So drive Silverstone, portion experience, Aston Martin. Construction traffic. Construction traffic. Hello, circuit. Oh, so nice to see it. All right. Bloody heck, I'm literally right behind it. All drivers must report to security cabin. Ah, security guys coming to me. Hello. I'm okay. Right.
How I can help you?
I have some doors.
Yes.
For that's all I know. Oh, do you want the reg? Thank you. Which way am I going?
At the car parking, turn right, the office up there, the black containers.
Right, no problems. Cheers, thanks.
Okay, so
All right. Hearing racing cars go round. So nice. Right, I'm going to get offloaded. I'll speak to you in a bit. Right, welcome back. That was a smooth run. And then Birmingham. Well, Solihull, but Birmingham and the M42. Yeah. I'm meant to be only like 17 minutes away, but it's Birmingham and the M42. There's those who don't drive a lot or drive around here don't understand the vacuum of time that Birmingham is. No matter what your sat nav does, no matter how good your sat nav is, they should all come with a Birmingham mode because none of them grasp what Birmingham does to time. But anyway, I am now just going to be sitting in this traffic, and what will all guarantee to happen, because it always happens, is there's going to be some idiots, normally in Teslas, cutting me up when they see the tiniest of gaps. Oh, are we actually breaking through this bit of traffic? I don't know. I doubt it. All I know is they spent all this money into putting all lanes running, and then when they suggestion, they don't use it. Yeah, go figure. Well, they're trying to set the speed limit to 60, but I can already see brake lights in the distance, so I don't think 60 is happening. Come on. I only got to get to junction 6. I've got like 5 miles till I get to my junction. Oh joy. What is going on in the world? John, I'm gonna get my glasses. I was wearing sunglasses, and then the sun went away, and now my glasses are tangled up in cables. Oh my God! Give me my glasses and cute cables. They are filthy. Wait for the next dead stop in the traffic and I'll quickly clean them. Are we getting a dead stop? Almost. I do remember growing up around here, whenever you were planning to go somewhere, like on holiday or whatever, or if you ever had to like cross the 42 or go up the Coventry Road, you always had to check what was on at the NEC, at the old NEC, because certain things, like certain shows, the minute you heard that was on, you're like, yep, nope, don't even bother. Especially like Crufts. If you heard Crufts was on, don't go anywhere near this area because you ain't getting nowhere. It's one of those quirks of this area. Ooh, I've actually broken 40 miles an hour. Ooh. And now oh no, hang on. I'm maintaining 40. And then I'm seeing some brake lights again. Oh joy. To be brutally honest though, I think I can't actually collect till 4 PM anyway. Just need to quickly double check my paperwork. Yeah, collection time 4 PM. There's a chance I'm going to be sitting around in a holding area. Maybe. I don't know if the show's actually finished yet. So yeah. Wait and see. I doubt all this traffic is because of a concrete show. Shut up, truck. Oh, here we go. One of the lane hoppers. I could have been mean. I could have been an arse and just like sat like I am now and blocked them. But it ain't worth it. Still thinks I'm only 15 minutes away. So it thinks that I have lost 2 minutes. That was 6 minutes ago. What, 5-6 minutes ago? That was an Argos trailer. It's had Argos logos taken off, but not the taglines. Any weird. So annoying because I can't use that hard shoulder because it's for a junction that I don't need. Hello, motorbike. I know technically by law motorbikes are allowed to carve traffic, but it's meant to be when it's, or split lanes, it's meant to be when the traffic is stationary or offset. Not when there's a car right next to a truck, or the point where you almost came along at one point was something you can't see. There's a truck behind, and he's squeezed between my tail and the nose of the other truck, which is now putting him behind me. Oh, am I going to get... No. I was there for a moment going, am I going to get up to the speed? No. Oh, in fact, they're dropping it back down again. Back down to 40. I just thought, where's... Oh, I put it in there. Sometimes on show breakdowns, you have to have a hard hat. I'm just double checking I had one just in case. Things I don't know whether I'll be going into the hall, whether I'm literally just to take the pallets into the hall, get it, and then drag it back out to the truck. I have no idea. I have seen before trucks inside the halls of the NEC. So yeah, that was kind of cool to see. But that's partly going to depend on how much stuff there is about. I'm so close. I've just got 2 miles to my junction. 2 miles. And here we go, slowing down again.
Prepare to exit the motorway after 2 miles.
See? 2 miles. And then I've got the joy of figuring out where I'm going to get to the hall. Try not to cook the brakes. I've got a feeling I started recording way too early. But well. Bit late for that now. I think that's one of the bridges they're sorting out for HS2. I'm not 100% sure the route HS2 is taking. But it's possible. Or that might be some earthworks to do with it. There's a bloody fly in my cab. It's been going around all day and it's been peeing me off. M6, junction 10, major works. Well, I'm not going on the M6. I'm on the M42. And I think it's going to rain. So the light level outside has definitely gone down. And also I feel the need to apologise as usual about the DVS screen, which is probably blocking part of the camera.
After half a mile, exit the motorway.
I'm almost off the 42. Just got to get into the NEC then. Into the neck. Just make sure I don't take the wrong turn and go into the fucking airport. Okay.
Exit the motorway.
I don't want inland border. I just need NEC. Oy, oy, oy. I don't want airport. As it goes around about second exit for NEC.
After 800 feet, enter the roundabout and take the second exit. Enter the roundabout, take the second exit.
Because yeah, if I'd done that left, then I would have ended up going to the airport or the international train, Birmingham International Train Station. Don't fancy taking a 26-ton truck through the airport. Shocking that, maybe, to say, but well, then again, there is the trading states. Yeah, I just saw the sign reminding me about that.
Take the second exit.
Okay. Right, I need to get round to GS heavy lift on
After
right hand
700
2
feet,
lanes.
turn left.
UK concrete, that's the one.
After 100 feet, turn left.
No, I don't
Calculating route.
want Bear Grylls.
Keep right.
Shush.
Then turn back at the roundabout.
Truck Park North. Alright, I'm guessing that's what I want. Hopefully, I might be. If it is a 4 o'clock out and I'm here at 3, I might be able to actually just get my my 30-minute in and reset my driving time. Happy days. Right. Keep heading to Truck Park North.
You are over the speed limit.
No, I'm not. And it's 2 lanes. Ooh. That was a tree. Okay, keep going. Oh yeah, I need my sign in a second. Let's go find out where I'm going. Really need a wee. So hopefully NEC will let me in to use that toilet. North Truck Park. So straight over again. Go away warning. Okay. Exhibitor parking, Loft 12, lorry park. Okay. Just figure out where I'm going. North 12 lorry park. I really don't know if this is where I'm meant to be going.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah.
Concrete shop?
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. Right, go up onto N12, I'll show you out there.
Is there a toilet up at N12?
Hey?
Is there a toilet at N12?
The toilet's just there.
Right. I'll park up and walk down.
Don't blame you.
Cheers. Right. Some nice vehicle stuff there. Farming stuff. Right. North 12. Oh yeah, this is where I'm going. Okay. You alright, Chief?
Hello. She's longer than 40 foot.
Don't know.
Okay, you say it's the same size as them.
No, not the same size as them, no.
Smaller.
Yeah, it's only a rigid, so
Okay. You want a
I'd be the
black-
same size as that black one over there, or a bit shorter than that.
This one at the end.
No, the one over there with the shovel loader on it.
Oh, right, okay. We've got a park here, or down there. I think it might be, the size of this might be best to park here, mightn't it?
Yep.
You did 17.
17.
17.
Yeah, concrete show.
Yeah, just park it here, mate, if I was there.
Right, yep, cheers. All right, let's get parked up and then go and find a toilet. Wee time. Right, welcome back to a week later. Yeah. You join me just on the outskirts of Manchester. Already delivered this morning. Wasn't planning on recording today, and then suddenly remembered that my video I did last week didn't have an ending. But I've just stopped and had my 45. Thank you for letting me out to the driver. Just stopped and had my 45. But yeah, as you can see, there is a lot of traffic. Yay! But I need to get in this queue. Also, you'll see I'm in a different truck. But anyway, yeah. So I just dropped in Manchester. I did some doors to a student halls of residence, a private halls of residence, and pretty simple drop. It's just, well, the views are amazing on the way here and on the way back. So that's one of the reasons why I thought when I stopped to have my break, I'll get the cameras out. But yeah, last week, the NEC. Oh boy. So, you may have noticed though, I did do footage of me going through to the halls. Maybe not. Or I may have left it at me arriving at the truck park, like the holding point. I can't remember. But just in case I didn't, or just in case that is the case, words. I parked up in the truck park, had my 45, happy days, and then waited for the halls to be open for us to go through. They opened up for us to go through about 4:15. I was in the third row of about 20 to 30 vehicles. Each row was about 20, 30 vehicles. So I was probably about 70th to go through, something like that. Went through, met the client, who turned around and went, right, can we get the crate off first? To which my response was, what crate? Yeah. Apparently there was a crate when they were dropped off. So that kind of dumbfounded me a bit. So they were like, what? See, so I phoned up my office and said, apparently there's meant to be a crate. To which my office were like, what? Okay, leave it to us. We'll figure it out. Because there's a big piece of machinery, and the only safe way to transport it is in a crate. Plus, this piece of machinery had been sold to a client, which was getting delivered a few days later, kind of thing. My office phoned, or whilst that was going on, the client went, okay, can we at least get our pallets off? Then we can pack what we can while we figure out what the hell's going on with the crate. Yep, no problems. Open up the curtains. Yeah, those aren't our pallets. Excuse me? Yeah, I got told that this stack of €8 pallets that are wrapped up in a clear wrap was going to be theirs. No, they weren't. To make it even worse, they had a custom pallet and a cradle for some of their display stand items. So it was like, oh dear. On the phone to the office again, yeah, these aren't their pallets. Apparently there's a custom length pallet and there's cradle and blah, blah, blah. They're like, yep, we think we found it all. We're just arranging one of the van drivers to bring it down to you. My head was at this point like, oh crap mode. Because the NEC, the hall was being cleared out. We had a certain time to be out by. and we didn't have the stuff to pack them up properly. So my office bundled everything into one of our Sprinter vans, our curtain-sided Sprinters, and sent the driver over once like everything had been located. Turned out there was a lot of stuff that got left at our yard, and then I just helped the client as best I could. So we kind of used the pallets that I brought to package up their stuff as best we could, but because of the weights of items, I couldn't start putting it on the truck really until the crate had arrived and this big piece of machinery had been put into it. Yeah. From me leaving the truck park holding point to pulling back into my yard was 5 hours and 54 minutes. Yeah. I made it back to my yard with 6 minutes working time left. And it had been raining. Oh, and then also when I went to leave the NEC, I was pulling up to the security gate, slowing down to within about 4 miles an hour, and the truck auto-locked on the handbrake with big red stop signs saying that there was a problem with the handbrake system or parking brake lever, seek assistance kind of thing. I was like, this is not good. The van driver had stayed around to help me load, and then he was going to follow me back anyway. He was just going to drive convoy. He was confused why I suddenly so abruptly stopped. Bear in mind, I was loaded. I mean, the tag axle dropped itself. That's weight I was at. He was confused why I so suddenly abruptly stopped. And when I explained to him, he was like, oh crap. Turned the engine off, took the key out, put the key back in, turned it all back on. It seemed to clear the handbrake warning. I could only assume there was some sensor that didn't trigger properly on the handbrake lever. But it was just like, is there anything else that could go on? Because I mean, at one point the handbrake wasn't going to release, so I was there thinking I was going to have to call recovery to get me back to the yard. Really didn't want to do that if I could avoid it. Now, can I let this wild track out without screwing myself? Let's see. I don't know if you can see the wild track. Oh, you can. Just about, potentially. Yeah, that was a long day. And then it was too dark. Oh. Yawning, I'm so tired. It's been a long week. It was so dark I couldn't record internals. I have recorded some time-lapsey stuff, me driving back to the yard. I recorded more than I actually would use because a lot of it, because of the crapness of the front camera, you won't be able to see a blooming thing. But, yeah, that's what we do. Let's see, can I let this wild track out or screw myself? No, I can't. So, yeah, that was a long day. I was frustrated, let's put it that way. The member of the planner who knew everything about this job had gone on holiday that day. When he was there the day before, he turned around to me and goes, yeah, this job, you go and collect this, there's a stack of pallets wrapped, that's what you'll take with you. There was no mention of the crate or anything. So the other planner, as you can imagine, is not best pleased. And apparently he's going to give him some crap about it on Monday when he's back. But anywho, as for the rest of this week, yeah, it's just been one of those weeks, really. Doing lots of frames, the window frame stuff, the cavity closures, and doors. Did another drop at Silverstone, which was cool. Weather was a bit meh. And then yeah, today I've been to Manchester, and it just didn't occur to me to film until now. Partly because I wanted to be able to wrap up the last video that I've recorded, because at the moment there's no point me trying to edit it, because there's no real ending. But also this week I've been driving this truck. This truck is a this truck, if I remember correctly, and I'm just double checking, yes, it's a 69, nice, plate Mercedes Actros 2532, so it's a 26 ton, 320 brake horsepower, rigid, 2019 spec. It has quirks. Not as in it's got faults, as in Mercedes quirks. One of the quirks, which none of us can understand at all, is the coolant bottle is underneath the cab at the back. The other day I started it up and it had a coolant level warning, which meant then I had to drive to our garage to have the cab tilted to top of the coolant, I mean, of which they added half a litre, and then everything's fine. Why Mercedes? And this is only on the rigids. You know, something that has, or is most likely going to have a bulkhead and a body on the back. Why in Mercedes' head did it make sense to put the coolant bottle at the back? It's not like that on the Arctics. But anyway, and one of the other features that's taking getting used to is radar guided cruise control. So what I find happening a lot of the time is that I'll be going along on the motorway doing 56. I'll be going along doing 56, and all of a sudden I'll be like catching another truck, because those of you who also drive Arctics know that there's certain trucks out on the road that you know that will do like 52, 51, because that's just what they've been set to. I'll be catching up to another truck, and then all of a sudden I'm not catching up, and I'm too far away to really think about, oh, well, let's move into the other lane. And then I realise it's because the radar guided cruise control has dropped me down to match their speed. Yeah, that's fun. So I have to get into the habit of, if I'm approaching a slower truck, overriding the cruise control on the throttle until I get to a point where it feels suitable to do the overtake, and then do the overtake to stop it from reducing the speed too much, and then I'd be stuck there. At one point, I hadn't fully registered what was going on, and I was doing 48. It's one of those features. Just like the other feature, which is its anti-collision system, which is quite clever. It uses the same system for the radar guided cruise control. Yeah, it's not that clever. If you come to, like for example, right by our yard, there's a dual carriageway, comes up to a big roundabout to then join the motorway. Now, what they've done is they've made a dedicated slip for people who's coming down that road who want to literally just do left at the roundabout to join the M1. And it's got a reservation in between before it gets to the other lanes of people joining the roundabout. Quite standard. Yeah, I'll be driving along doing 56. Come up to that section, I'll slow down to about 45, 50, because that's what I've known is it to be an okay speed. And then because there's a car on the roundabout, the truck thinks I'm about to T-bone them and slams the brakes on. There is no chance of that because I'm about to turn left. B, there is a central reservation. I can kind of see why it's doing it, because there is a vehicle shape in front, or an object in front that's approaching at speed. It thinks I'm about to crash into it. But it also can't figure out when it's a bit of concrete reservation at the side of the motorway. And so before now, where like sometimes you may see it on the motorways, as you drive in the UK, know that motorways you'll have three, well, I like to call 3 and a bit lane. So it isn't quite a hard shoulder, but it's not, you're not right on the verges. And then there may be, you know, a overhead gantry or something where they've eaten up a little bit of that side piece just to put the like concrete supports in, and they'll put a bit of concrete barrier to protect it. Now I'm definitely in my lane, but the truck sees it, freaks out, and starts to like give me the warnings of you're about to have an accident, because there's what you can't visibly see, but you kind of react to naturally without even realising it. There's ever such a slight curvature in the road, and you're driving straight for this piece of concrete. Thanks, Mercedes. It's a quirk, but I have to say, the week I've been driving this truck, I've really liked it. That it has quirks, like I say. Its gearbox is god awful. I mean, I put my foot down at some roundabouts, and before now, it's decided to select 6th. This is only an 8-speed box. It's decided to select 6th, and then gone, oh, you're not moving, I'll throw you into 1st, to which then you start moving, and then it'll go, oh, let's give you 4th, which the revs aren't really in the right place for, and you may have a load on, so it couldn't quite work. And you see it hopping around the gears until it finds something that you can get consistently moving that it's happy with. And it's just like, by which point, the gap in the traffic that you're going for is disappearing very quickly. Yeah, the gearbox is pretty god awful, and it being only an 8-speed is a bit meh. I do like the iShift 12-speed boxes that the Volvos have, and the Volvos just have that little bit more of a creature comfort. But one of the other advantages this truck has over the Volvos that I've really liked is that it has a Moffat kit installed. I don't have my Moffat ticket, so don't worry, I've not been driving around with a Moffat on, but it means I can't do tail lift deliveries. Yes! Because of that Moffat kit, no tail lift, sorry. And then, oh, can you reverse onto this bay to offload this single pallet? No, sorry, can't. Moffat kit, there's no bump stops. Sorry about that, you're going to have to bring your forklift over to me. I'll open up the side curtain and you can get it off. Yeah. That's very temperamental as well. Lane departure. But yeah, this truck has its advantages. Having a Moffat kit has its advantages. Even down to the advantage of what happened for our other drivers yesterday. Got back to the yard. I was fully loaded. Like, there was no more space in the back with fully loaded with beverages, of the alcoholic variety, and I was to unload at my yard because it was being transshipped onto other trucks to go out today. I think it was going out today, but anyway, there was a queue of 4 trucks, sorry. Then they had 2 Arctics turn up, and we only had 1 forklift driver on because the other one had done his back in. Or one of the other drivers turned up. He only had a single pallet take off, and he had the Moffat on. And I jokingly said to him, "It'll be quicker for you to tip yourself." And he went, "All right." Got the Moffat off, took his 1 pallet off, turned around to the other forky and went, "Where do you want it?" And he went, "Over there." He's like, "Right, great." Dropped it off, went and parked his truck up, went home. Seeing that situation really makes me want to get my Moffat ticket. But yeah, that really looked like that car flashed its lights then, but I think that was just the way it bounced over the little bump in the road. So, it's been a weird week. I've done a lot of hours this week. There's not much more I can say than that. But it is Friday. It is Foot Down Friday. I mean, not that I necessarily need to get the foot down, because at the moment, this could change when I get to the other side of the Peak District. The moment I don't have a backload. So at the moment it's a back to the yard, and I'm only an hour and 20 away because that traffic's cleared. So yeah, and then tomorrow, obviously it's day off, and going to see Mischief with the wife and sister-in-law. So that's going to be a good laugh. But yeah, I'm going to stop waffling. Now I've given you a little catch-up of what's been going on. And I'm going to let you see some of these views. Because this road is very, very pretty. I know a lot of people go on about Snake Pass, and I drove the Snake Pass in my car the other day, and that is a very pretty road. But I don't know if it's because I'm in a truck and I can see more. In my mind, this road's nicer. So, on that note, enjoy the views. I don't know why I just stared at the camera without moving my head, because then I've got my sunglasses on, so you can't really see what I'm looking at. Enjoy the views. Right, how stunning are some of those views. Admittedly, going that direction, they're not as pretty as they are going the other way, but that'll be a future thing. Just spoke to the office, and yeah, I'm pretty much done for the day. I've got a nip to another one of our yards, which is literally across the road. to pick up some groupage to bring back and tip at our yard. But otherwise, I'm done. It's my week done. So yeah, thank you for all the nice comments. I've had some lovely comments from people saying they're enjoying the vlogs and keep it up, and thank you very much. There was one comment I do want to kind of briefly discuss, which is I had a comment the other day requesting showing loading, unloading, strapping, things like that. Now, as it stands at the moment, I can't show you that stuff. 2 reasons. One, and the big one, is the battery in that camera, which is the higher quality picture and stuff like that. It's knackered. It's foobarred. So literally, like, you can't see it. Everything is cabled into shiz because power and lack of battery life. Hope is in the future, but it won't be anytime soon, to potentially get some like second-hand GoPros or something with better battery life and better picture quality. But that's a down the road thing because money is tight and we're about to hit another recession potentially. So yeah, that's a down the road thing. Second reason is the company doesn't know that I'm doing these vlogs now, because of one of the other truckers is a more established truck vlogger, let's put it that way. I don't think they'd have a problem with it, but I haven't had that conversation with them yet. And also, it would be down to each individual client. We have some stuff that we transport which is sensitive, let's put it that way. Like it's kind of, how can I put this? Some of it is a case of they are white label. So the delivery is not on behalf of company X. The delivery is on behalf of company Y, even though we picked it up from company X. And all the paperwork has company Y's details on it. So, those things. And also, just, I'm doing a lot of building sites at the moment with the doors. And their health and safety are a bit. So, in the future, I hope to be able to do it. But it admittedly is not going to be anything soon, I'm afraid. But I will look to do it. If there is the perfect opportunity with the perfect kind of load, and it's not going to take very long, and so the little bit of battery life I can get out of that camera would last, yes, I will record some up, but I can't make any promises at the moment. Predominant reason is because of the battery life in that camera. I mean, it's one of the reasons why, one of the 2 reasons I've not done any airsoft videos in a while, because 1, I've not been playing airsoft because I've been too tired, and 2, the battery doesn't last a game. It barely lasts a game, kind of thing. So yeah, it's frustrating. But yeah, thank you very much for the nice comments though I've been getting. That car does not, oh my fuck, Jesus. That Nissan is going to be peed at me, but there's not much I could do in there because I had vehicles down the side of me. Chill. Yeah. Be prepared, if you're about to become a driver, be prepared for people to be angry with you. I think that was a word. Angry with you because you're a big truck and you're in the way of where they want to be, you are delaying them. You know, it's the end of the world because you may have delayed them by a femtosecond because they've had to back out their throttle to join a motorway. Be prepared for that crap. Anywho, I'm going to wrap it up here. I know this vlog's going to be a bit all over the place. If there was a crude edit just then, it's because I just yawned. I'm trying to stop the yawns from being in videos, but anyway. Yeah, this vlog's been a bit all over the place because last Friday was all over the place, and then this week I've just been so tired and getting used to this truck and doing slightly different loads. I just not got around to setting up the cameras and recording. But I'm hoping to do more. But yes, till next time, like, comment, subscribe, phone a friend and check how they are. That's your task for this week, is to just give a random friend a call. How are you doing? Or if it's text. I can tell I've been listening to old episodes of In the Doghouse. Those who know the show will know why I've been saying that just then. But anyway. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for all the viewers. Thank you for all the commenters. If you want to support me in any way, shape or form, there is a link in the description. Don't feel obligated to do it, but if you want to, that's all cool. If you don't or want to, as long as you're subscribed, that's all good. There we go. Until next time, farewell. Why are you still here? You're doing it again. Go!